Hey everybody, Mikeycat Outdoors here. So what are we doing today? Well, had a hammock hot tent strung up for several nights and just lounged around for a little while. Glamped in it one night. Had my kids out for a little while and did a little work in there, and then came out another time in the rain. Heated up some soup, enjoyed a good lunch out there, and then spent a night out there too. So head up for a few days. I'll probably take it down a little later and show you a little bit of my adventures in there and have a good time. Check it out. Hey everyone, Mikeycat Outdoors here. So what are we doing today? I'm just gonna lounge around in my hammock hot tent on a rainy day. Got down into the 30s this week at night and try to sleep out here a little bit. I think somebody was in my yard. The tent door was open at one point. I heard a couple of landscape blocks clinking. Security light came on the garage, all sorts of weird stuff. So I thought, yeah, let's go in that night. And hung out here at least in the evening hours and just did a little work and just enjoyed it. Enjoyed the fire, and so I still got it up. Kids are inside. Thought, well, I'll just come out here and relax a little bit. Yeah, it's the best time I'm going to get to the outdoors this week. So I'll probably just boil up some water, make some coffee crisp cocoa, and maybe put a can of soup on there and have a little late lunch and just relax for a while. I got a dinner gig I got to go to later, an awards banquet, so I'm just trying to burn a couple hours, and what better way than to just spend a day out in the tent. Got the occasional sprinkle coming down from the stove jack up here. Got to pull the water on the stove. I need to repaint it. My barbecue black is kind of worn off, and stuff hasn't heated up enough yet, but don't want any dirty water getting in my clean stuff. But yeah, you can see it's kind of rusting a little bit when I just heated that stuff off, so I'll probably have to repaint that pretty soon. Let's see how toasty our fire is looking. Oh yeah, it's got some little kindling and a couple of those little compressed non-waxed sawdust logs. Got those at a farm store, so it works pretty good. Just got my little tidy cat container with a little bit of stuff in there, and got my little sawdust logs here. It's not too bad. The couple of holes in there for the hammock suspension to pass through, and ridgepole area up there. Hadn't been too bad. Get a few bugs in here at night when you have the lanterns on and stuff, but daytime not too bad. I got my cheap little aluminum camping table and regular camping chair. So I'm kind of sporting on a regular bench, and got my hammock here. Still got my 0 degree Jacks Are Better winter nest under quilt. It's actually for a Hennessy hammock. It's got the Velcro thing on it, but it works. Any old gathered in hammock, it works. And I got my 0 degree top quilt from Jacks Are Better. That's the one that's like the serape with the head opening. A little hang time hook. That's great for hanging your lanterns and stuff. And of course, if you guys haven't seen this before, I got the pole mod in here that helps keep the center lined out pretty well. I didn't do a very good pitch on this time. I was setting up in the dark, and the lollygag life. It's relaxing in here. So I did notice, I think my hammock straps stretched a little bit and getting wet. My hammock's hanging down a little lower than what I remember the other night. So basically touching the ground for the most part. So yeah, kind of interesting. I just got a regular, I think they're nylon or poly straps. I think they're nylon. If that were the case, that would explain the stretching, but just the standard hammock gear ones come with the hammock. Oh, this is cozy. Letting that fire warm this place up. It's maybe 50 outside, and it's definitely getting nice toasty in here. I might get my cocoa wake me up. Otherwise, I'm gonna take a nap. I might be late for my event. Getting pretty good, man. Coffee crisp. Make sure I got all the soup off of my spoon before I put it in there. This is the good stuff. Oh, a couple people recommended this online. I've had it a few times before. Got to buy it on Amazon because it comes from Canada. Nestle Coffee Crisp. It's hot cocoa and coffee kind of mixed together. Kind of harkens back to stuff I used to do when I was in Boy Scouts as a kid. We'd go raid the coffee pot, we were camping somewhere, and we'd add our hot cocoa mix to it and get the best of both worlds. It's real good with milk. I just make mine with a little bit of water today, and that's good. So I got a little can of Progresso soup there, and I'm sure somebody out there is gonna complain. Oh my God, there's like BPA plastic in those cans. You're gonna get cancer and die. Well, I'm not in the state of California, so I'll probably be safe. But the only thing I gotta worry about is all the water dripping down off my stovepipe onto my stove. You know, you get me some salmonella. I remember hearing something about that one time, or the peanut butter factory had a big recall, 5-10 years ago, because their roof was leaking and dirty water and junk was getting down into their product. And on something like this, you're heating it up, and it's sprinkling way over there, so it's not too bad. It's gonna be nice, something warm on a cool day and just relaxing. This is what life's about, man. It's getting outdoors and just doing something. So burning down pretty good. Still got a nice bed of ash there from the other night. Those little sawdust logs burn pretty well. And remind you, these are the non-waxed ones. These are not Duraflames. Those things will clog up so much junk. These ones are just basically pressed sawdust, and that's about it. So they flake apart pretty easily, but they burn pretty hot, burn pretty well, and cheap enough. This is cozy and relaxing in here. Only bad thing right now is my hammock's hanging a little low. So as I'm laying in it, I hoped, when I spread out that it wouldn't be hanging down as far, but underquilt's still touching the grass. So I feel it's getting a little wet just from condensation and ground humidity and stuff from touching it. So that kind of sucks, but it means I'll have to dry it out before I put it away. Yeah, it's relaxing though. Keep hearing birds and some weird creature out here making noise, and water dripping down the pipe, all sorts of good stuff. The rainy camping days, yeah, they're usually miserable, like to be out in the rain, but when you're inside of a tent, you dry, just listen to the pitter patter of the raindrops, and that's relaxing. That's gonna make a good lunch. Whew, tell you what, it is toasty in here. Got the hot soup and the hot cocoa and warm fire. Squawking birds. Loud mufflers on people's trucks going by. And the pitter patter of the rain. Yeah, starting to work up a little bit of a sweat in here. I'm a little warm. I could open the door, but it is what it is. Basking the heat a little bit, and starting to get a little neck sweat. Toasty. I would imagine it's probably at least 80 or more in here. So I don't have a thermometer on me right now, but get up here near the material and a little warmer, hotter up you go. So it's nice. I know you don't want to see me eating. But yeah, I say even for just a regular daytime thing, get out in the backyard at the very least. Get outdoors, do something, try out your gear, try it out in different weather. Something fails, you're right here next to home, and you don't have to worry about going very far. You pack up, you bring other stuff out, whatever you need to do. Good little relaxing getaway, and just get away from all the hustle and bustle indoors and listen to the rain. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next, but I'm going to get some free time. I'll plan another trip or a gear review or something. Might do a gear review on a couple of refrigerators or something I've got. I'm wanting to do that for a while, but we'll see. Good morning. I decided to sleep out here last night. Waking up, took my earplugs out. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Sun's starting to hit me in the face. Yeah, not too bad. It's, I don't know, like 50-ish or something out here last night. Back out a little chilly, surprisingly. So I put a piece of Tyvek down on the ground, try to keep the underquilt from touching the ground. The hammock kind of sunk down a little bit over the last few days, and then just the bulk of the underquilt, combination of the two, it was touching the ground. It's pretty low, but yeah, there's still a little bit of condensation wetness, and I think a little bit of sweat through too. It just felt a little wet on the surface of the underquilt, so I'll have to see how that feels when I get out of here today. I'll be hanging that up to dry, and it's gonna be a glorious, fun day today. We're doing laser tag and enjoying my son's birthday. It's gonna be a real small party, but at least he's gonna have one. Last year he kind of got gypped out of it, and it's just a nice opportunity to escape out here for once and get a little bit of peace and quiet. And I slept the first half of the night till about 3:30 or so, without any earplugs, and just kind of had some hot tea and came out here and fell asleep. A little bit of fire going, and woke up, stay up for about an hour, stoked the fire back up, and watched a little bit of YouTube and hearing some dogs and stuff barking out in the area, and decided to put my earplugs in eventually and go back to sleep. So yeah, I was surprised how many people were up and driving around wee hours of the morning. And the paper delivery boys going around, stopping at every house. You hear that, it's like, what the heck, people keep at each house, and it's like, oh yeah, paper delivery. So just the different sounds that you hear in the cityscape in the wee hours compared to if you're out in the country. So I'm gonna go in and get me some breakfast and bring any food out, but yeah, it's been fun. The fire is nice and cozy when it's going, and my hot tent's pretty fun, even if I am kind of touching the ground. I didn't have too much problem. I just laid on my side a little bit, and I put my big pillow up later. I was sleeping with my small one for a long time, but just stretching the bungee on that one. No, not bad. Had a little bit of calf ridge on my leg at one point, but just kind of bent my one leg in and slept a little sideways, and seemed to get rid of that problem. And tents held up fairly well in the rain yesterday. It rained pretty much all day yesterday. Hung out here for a little while, and about the only drips that I really saw was there's 3 little loops on the inside that you can like tie fireproof mat to the side of the tent, or have a little area where you can, put like a laundry line or something like that over near the pulled side of the tent. So it was leaking a little there. I think that's just because it wasn't seam sealed when I did that. It wicked through, and it just came down onto the side skirt around the outside. But other than that, the rest of it seemed sealed it up the last time, and seemed to do pretty well. So I can't complain. Yeah, still nylon. You get a little bit of sag, when it gets wet. So it got a little saggier on the angled side, but that's to be expected. And I didn't pitch it very well the other day either. I did it in the dark, so yeah. But I'd say it's a pretty good tent to hang out in and get away from the hustle and bustle of life. Get you a nice cozy night's sleep out here. And if you don't want to have a hammock, you just bring a couple of cots out here and works just as well. So I'm gonna go in and might take another nap before I gotta get ready for the party. But yeah, I'll eat me some breakfast and have a good old time. Let the wife know I'm still alive. A little bit of condensation and maybe sweat through. A lot of it's condensation from touching the ground. So hitting that Tyvek, a lot better than hitting the grass, but ooh, buddy, this is my humble little abode for the night. Fun old time. Well, everybody, if you like what you've seen, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, comment. Yeah, let's keep them friendly. So I just ad-libbed this stuff together, and hopefully enjoyed it. So I'll catch you again in the outdoors. As always, thanks for watching.